What's up, everybody? Brian got here. UFC 214 ended last night with a dominant performance by Cris Cyborg. She finally got her title shot, and it was at 145. None of this 140 or 135 nonsense. She can't make that weight. So it's good that she got to 145. She ran through Tanya Evinger. I thought she was going to finish her in the first round. Tanya stuck in there. Lasted 3 rounds. That's tough to say. Not many girls can say they went 3 rounds with Cyborg. She came out, Tanya came out fairly unscathed. She had her bumps and bruises. It is a fight. But Cyborg looked dominant. Cyborg looked calm and composed, and she picked her shots and just finished in the 3rd round. So now that Cyborg is a featherweight, is a champ in the UFC, the featherweight champ, women's featherweight, is she the most dominant female fighter in the UFC today, in MMA today? I think so. Her size, her speed, how hard she hits, and her dominance even in jiu-jitsu, and how strong she is. You saw her in the clinch. When Tanya tried to take her down, it was just, there was no chance of that. There wasn't even a hint of danger when Cyborg was in the clinch with Tanya. Cyborg's just one of those girls that's just on another level, much like Ronda was, much like Amanda Nunes currently is, and much like what Joanna is right now. If Cyborg wasn't in the UFC, I would say Joanna is the most dominant female champ right now, a female fighter, but Cyborg takes the cake. Both girls are, dominant, like I said, great striking. They both look unbeatable right now. Joanna has actually been in more trouble in fights than Cyborg has, so that's why I give Cyborg the edge as well. Just, she's never in trouble. Doesn't matter what fight she's in, she's never in trouble. It's amazing to think that we thought that her and Ronda would have been a super fight, or would have been a competitive fight back in the day. Knowing how Ronda fought against Holly Holm, just imagine what Cris would have done to Ronda. It's just amazing how MMA works that way. How one day you can be this dominant, unbeatable force, and then next you're not. So it's amazing to see how we've evolved in MMA, and how amazing that matchup would have been for Cyborg against Ronda. But yeah, Cyborg, dominant champ, brutal fighter. She's not from this planet. I say it all the time. She's an alien. She's not real. She's unbeatable. I don't see any female fighters beating her. I know her and Holly Holm are probably going to be fighting next. That's an interesting fight. I think Holly Holm possesses the striking to stand with Cris Cyborg, but I think Cris Cyborg has the power advantage and the strength advantage. So it's going to be very interesting to see if that fight does actually happen. But Cyborg is the most dominant female fighter on the planet today. She proved it last night, and she's going to keep proving it and proving it and proving it. And they talked about how the featherweight division women's featherweight division is going to grow, because when you got a dominant champ on top like she is, other female fighters are going to want to try to be that and try to beat her. So the competition is going to get better, which is great for that division. The division needs to grow, but I don't see it happening for a few years. I think Cyborg is going to be on top, dominating everyone. So it's going to be very interesting to see. The one thing about Cyborg is her cardio. She's a big girl. She's got a lot of muscles on that frame. Can she go a hard 5 round like we've seen Joanna go through, or like a Nunes has gone through? So it'll be very interesting to see in the future Cyborg against someone who can take her down, someone who can grind her out, and take her into those later rounds. It'll be very interesting to see how those fights go. But for right now, Cyborg looks unbeatable. She's dominant, unstoppable. Nothing's going to get in her way. She's going to defend that title multiple times. Hopefully she becomes this humongous star. Hopefully she gets paid her millions like she deserves. So yeah, Cris Cyborg, most dominant champ right now. Women's dominant champ in the world right now. Women's dominant champ. Most dominant female champion in the UFC right now. Most dominant female mixed martial artist in the world right now. Cyborg's a beast. She's not from this planet. She's an alien. Congratulations, Cyborg. You're an animal. I've always loved watching you fight. Love how you can conduct yourself as a human being, as a professional athlete. Keep kicking ass. Keep getting bigger and stronger, and keep getting better striking. Just dominate these girls. I love a dominant champ. I love a Mighty Mouse of John Jones. Someone who just runs through the competition. Cyborg, you have those keys. Keep going. Cyborg, the most dominant female champ. in the world today.